Welcome, City Skylines players and fans, back to Capital City and the Airport Project. This is the redesign. We've got the terminals laid for the airport DLC, the tarmac, and runways, taxiways. Did some outside connections with the rail line last time. This time, what we're going to do is we are going to build the cargo airport. And we're going to build it over here in this location, sort of between these two runways, but not really, more towards the edge of this road here. So let's get started. What I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is grab a dirt road and grab put in a guide road, so I can make sure these roads are parallel. So, and then I'm going to use a industrial road, a small industrial one-way road, and that ensures that parallel to this one. Down, just run it down, 25. And then we'll continue the guide road up to 6 here. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. And there. And then we can get rid of the guide roads. Over. And then what we're going to do is we are going to connect these roads here. This is a one-way road, or will be a one-way loop when we get done with it, and we're going to connect both sides to the end of this road here. And I'm trying to create enough room here for backups, like if you have a line for your terminal. That happens with the cargo hubs, and it definitely happens for the train cargo hubs. So I want to create that. I'm not sure if that'll work, if that happens with the airport, but we'll go ahead and design it so it allows some space there. So what we'll do is, see, we're going to have this northern part of the road, or it's actually be like eastern, but the top one here, we will have it come down let's see, go over, have it come down. That actually works. Yeah. We'll try to mirror this road pretty closely. It's not perfect, but it's doesn't look too bad there. And then this one here will have to be sharper. Sure we got enough. Yeah, enough. Doesn't start to descend until this segment here, so we've got enough. So let's go out 5. Because the road there, we'll have to do 6 and then do 6 again. Will that work? That won't work either. So we will take this segment out. Have to play around with getting around the game. And do 5 there. And then we'll kind of mirror this road here. Just like that. That looks pretty good. And then we'll come back in here. I think we can make that sharp corner like that. So now what I wanted to do, 4 and 4, and then maybe 1 and 4 again. And I hate to ruin this because this looks pretty good here, but we're going to have to move this up a little bit. Just to move it. Not quite sure what I would do without it. But we were able to mirror that quite nicely. So that works fairly well. Yeah, worked fairly well. And then basically we want to do the same thing over here on the other side. We want to bring this all the way out. We'll just bring it out 10 and then bring it up 10. That's too much. Yeah, that was too much. Let's do 5. There. That doesn't look too bad at all. We can kind of twist that into place there. Alright. Now, obviously, let's get these one way, facing the right direction. So as you're coming in here, you're going to be going this direction. So these go this way. And then all of these come back the other direction. And then what we're going to do here, this is kind of a weird intersection here, but we're going to fix that with node controller and intersection marking tool. And we will offset this corner. And it makes this a little awkward here, but that's okay. Just kind of move that back down. Shape that a little bit. It makes this a little sharp, but that's okay. We don't want them doing a great deal of speed through there anyway. Tweak that, and I'm just gonna stop that because I will be messing with this for an hour to get it to look perfect. So we'll just stop that for now, and I'll mess with it off camera. Okay, so what we'll do here is we're going to use the intersection marking tool, and we're going to create some lines in here. There to there, there to there, and then we'll use the control key to move these lines up, move this one down, just like that, and then hit Shift Control F, and we'll grab this node here, this one, and this one, and we've got a fill there, so we just do a pavement, and voila. Let's take the corner offset and see if we can offset this a little bit. so it fills in that gap a little bit. But maybe with move it, or maybe with the control key there, that fills it in just a little bit. See how that looks? Still looks good. Like I said, I think we'll continue to tweak the corners here just a little bit. Yeah, I think we'll continue to tweak those corners just a little bit. Now, if you're doing this, you need to make sure you go in with Traffic Manager and change these arrows. There's no reason to do the lane connectors or anything like that. Just make sure that those are both straight and those are both turned. I mean, you can go in with the lane connectors and connect the lanes, but you don't really need to. As long as the arrows are pointing in the right direction, it should be fine. Alright, we'll go in and correct this right here for now. Like I said, I will be playing with this forever, so we'll just let that go for now. I'll fix the details here in a little while. And then let's go ahead and put this bridge segment back together. And I'm going to have this road run down into the oil fields. Is probably do another exit down there and have this road here, this freeway, interstate, turn into an avenue or something and have it run all the way across to another exit here. And then we'll have this road go down that direction is probably what we'll do. Okay, we'll put the cargo hub in. So what we'll need to do is we've got to decide the placement, the area that we're going to use here. Here we go. And it's a pretty large structure. It's pretty big. So I'm thinking probably going to put it in right here. So what we'll need to do is eliminate some of these segments here. So I'm thinking get rid of. We'll place the cargo hub right there, and it should snap right to. So you shouldn't have a problem there. And then you can actually go back to the road and continue on. There we go. And then we want to connect the two, so we just go out, I think it would be three, up three, up three, yep, okay, yep, that's what I thought. So that works perfectly, and that leaves us enough room in there. The reason why I wanted to do it this way is because I wanted to use these little park grass areas in here, so I can fill this in with this one, and then I can fill this one in with this one. So there'll be grass on both sides, separating that, and then obviously we'll have the airport fence running down between them and stuff. Now this road is a two-way road here. Now you can leave it that way, but I prefer to change it because I think it's just more consistent that way, and I think it's more realistic that way also. So I'm going to go in and use the touch it. Go in and use the touch it mod here. And I'm not sure why that's not coming. Oh, that's because of the node controller. Yeah, you have to go in and then there we go. That's why. And then touch it. What it does, it separates the road from the asset itself. So all these roads are connected to the asset. If you try to delete them, change them, do whatever, it will delete the asset. Whereas these segments are separate, but all these segments are connected to the asset. So if you use touch it, go in, you got a green there, just double click, double click, double click, double click until they turn red. Now all those are free and you can do whatever you want with them. So I'm just going to upgrade those to industrial roads. And then matches, we're going to do a small airport cargo road here and a small airport cargo road here. And then we've got some cargo stands put in here. So what we're going to do is, I actually found that it is easier to put these in when it's highlighted like this. You can see the lines a little bit better on these. Just like that. Maybe do a couple more down here. In case you haven't seen any of my other videos, I go in when there's a forest. I go in and use the paint to get rid of all the gray dirt underneath the trees, and that causes that effect. See if I can find any, like right there. See the gray dirt? I get rid of all that, and by doing that, it gets rid of all the pavement underneath these assets. So I have to go in and repaint it all, which isn't a really big deal, but that just takes a little bit of time to do that. Alright, now what we'll need to do is connect these taxiways. You know what? Let's go ahead and just delete this because I haven't done that up. So we'll go in with the taxiway here. There we go. That looks good. There we go. Alright, now we need to connect this taxiway with this last airport stand here. Actually, I think that's fine. Yeah. So we'll go in and have this go straight to there, and then it cut over that direction. Yeah, I honestly think that looks pretty good. There we go. Now one thing I'm going to do here, we've got this huge gap in space here. I think this needs a little bit, so I'm going to go to the airport vanilla. cargo cargo airport, not the hub, the cargo airport itself. I mean, I could use the hub, I guess, but the hub's a little bit too big for that area. Yeah, so I'm going to use the cargo airport. And yes, it does come with a runway and everything, but you'll see here in just a second. Let's see, we'll put that right. Can't remember which side the tower's on. Yeah, we'll do that right like that. And then we'll turn this off here. Select the move it. Select it with move it, and then we're going to turn this into a procedural object. And that makes the runway, the roads, all disappear. So it's just the building. But I think that works there with the other cargo hub there. All right. So now I think we need a little bit more. Maybe some warehouses or something here. So what we'll do, we'll paint some tarmac here. And I don't really need to worry about that because it's going to be grass, but we'll paint some tarmac there. Going to find it. Let's see here. Use growable industry. I think those are too small. Yeah, don't worry. That doesn't really match the area. Yeah, it doesn't work either. Too small. Way too old looking. Yeah. That works. Yeah, I like that. That works just fine. Yep. And then we'll just move it. And we'll grab these here. And then we'll just put them in line with the other ones. Perfect. Looks pretty good. And then I thought we had like a cargo. Yeah, right here. Cargo yard. Hmm. And then we did have some other cargo yards somewhere. I was trying to remember where those were. Yeah, right here. Oh, those are much larger. These might be too much, though. Just have the cranes and everything with them. Yeah, that might be just a little bit too much. But the lights are pretty close to the other ones. Actually, I think just one of those without the cranes looks pretty good. I think that's... I think those huge sliding cranes might be a little bit too much for this, maybe. But I think that looks pretty good like that. There we go. And then put the grass detail in all the way down. Put some trees in. Obviously, we'll have to continue the fence. I think I'm putting a guard shack here somewhere. I'm trying to figure out whether we should put it on this road and maybe run the fence down along this side. I think we may do that. And then have the fence continue down. But that puts this road inside the fence, though. But I guess we could run the fence around and then come down underneath the bridge here and then cut back over. We could do it that way. Yeah, I may do that. But I'll probably do all that off camera because that's just running a fence. I mean, it's nothing too spectacular about that. Just figuring out where to put it is the main thing, which I think we'll do that. I think we'll run it right down through here. We'll have a guard shack right here, and then we'll run it over on this side along here, and then underneath, and then all the way down through here, down this direction, and then we'll cut it off this way. Because I purposely didn't do this side of the airport in a fence yet, because I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with ooh, that runway did not disappear. Interesting. Oh, that's because that did not turn into a procedural object for one reason or another. There we go. Okay. Now it's a procedural object. Yeah. But I purposely didn't do the fence on the side of the airport because of that. I wanted to make sure that I had everything laid out for this cargo area. And I think that looks pretty good. I think I want to go ahead and run a taxiway. We've got a couple minutes left in the video. I think I want to run a taxiway up along here, parallel this runway over to that taxiway, and then have another taxiway there. Kind of want one in the middle here, even though that's not really the middle. Nah, we'll just leave that like that. And then we'll have this as a tarmac. Fill this in. And then there'll be parked aircraft out here, maybe while they're waiting for their positions on the loading and unloading stands. They're parked out there. There we go. Alright, that looks pretty good. And then we'll just leave it like that. But that kind of separates some of the area there, but it's also far enough away from the runways that it really shouldn't be an issue, because that tarmac there wouldn't be populated all the time. It would only be populated when the area is busy. There we go, that looks a little better. And I really do like those warehouses. I think those fit quite nicely in the area. Yeah, they fit together quite nicely. They just look like a row of warehouses through there, so that's great. And then those cargo containers, even though you really wouldn't use cargo containers like that on the aircraft, you could still bring them in and then empty them out onto the smaller aircraft cargo containers, which are more like more like these things, these gray things here. That's what they look like. They have slanted sides. Some of them have just one side slanted, and then some of them are real large and have two sides slanted. They take up the entire width of the plane, but some of them, 2 of them fit in there, and one on one side and the other one on the other side. But we'll leave that like that for now until I can find a better building or prop to fit in there. And then we'll go ahead and detail the area there. Thank you for sticking with me for this video. If you have any comments or suggestions for the cargo section of the airport, let me know. Hit the like button. Helps the video get seen and viewed by more people. Hit that subscribe button. We need some subscribers for the channel. Support the channel. The next video here, I think what we're going to do, we're going to start detailing the airport and filling in some of these gaps in the center section of the airport here. And we're also going to work on some exit ramps for these for the center roundabout to connect to the hub here. I have a plan in place. I had to revise it a little bit because of the redesign with the airport DLC, but I think it works out just fine. Just had to work on a couple things, but that video should be coming out shortly after this one. If have any suggestions or anything, feel free to leave a comment. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and thank you for your time. We'll see you next time.